Jordan has a really great comment. It's too big to fit in this little preview, so click back and read the whole thing and see the other video for context. But we're talking about cognitive load in TTRPGs. And Jordan is making a differentiation, which I had not considered, between cognitive load being the ability to keep all of the rules in your head at one time to have them easily referenceable versus complexity. In other words, complexity is not equal to cognitive load. Cognitive load is talking about something else. And under that definition, Jordan thinks that cognitive load should always be very low. There shouldn't be that sort of ebb and flow and rhythm between high cognitive load and low cognitive load states, which I can absolutely see that being a good design goal. Like, this is where you see like a lot of MMOs and video games these days streamline their UIs and UXs to very specifically minimize cognitive load, even in complex games. And here's where I think, in my mind, cognitive load, especially for the Beckoning Dream, lives in the complexity realm, because it's not necessarily about lots of information. These are the things you need to know on a given turn. And yeah, it's both sides, but overall, it's not that much information. It's about how you Lego brick those pieces of information together to form a cogent strategy, a cogent tactic in any particular moment. Let's take Magic the Gathering, for example, because that's a huge touchstone for how I've been designing the deck builder elements of Beckoning Dream. When you are piloting a Magic the Gathering deck, that each individual card has all of the rules right there where you need it. You might also consider that each individual card probably isn't that complex on its own. However, the thought of, all right, I'm going to play a creature in my first main phase. No, wait, I'm going to play it in my second main phase. That way I can attack, bait out any spells from my opponent, and then that's clear to then cast this creature that I definitely want to land. Oh, but I should cast it before in the main phase because it has an enter ability that triggers, and that'll help this combat phase. Should I bait it out with something else? See how we've introduced a lot of cognitive load, thinking about how to combine atomically simple aspects into a complex thought engine. That's more of the cognitive load that I'm talking about in Beckoning Dream. Playing a card is easy. It's incredibly simple. Thinking about which card you should play and why. Does that opponent have cups? If they have cups, I shouldn't play my swords. However, my swords is my highest value card, and I might be able to get a triumph off of it, and the triumph would allow me to do blah, 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 blah. And see, like, we're fractalizing into the decision tree, and that's where I put the cognitive load signifier. Whereas a low cognitive load moment would have fewer things that are factors coming into my which card should I play decision matrix. And also fewer things that are the outcomes of playing that card, because that's also going to simplify and reduce your cognitive load. All that to say, how you define cognitive load for your TTRPG, just as important.